Hello and welcome back to my channel. I feel like I haven't sat down and chatted with you all in a hot minute, but we are going over Hot Girl Summer Basics 101, all right? And not everybody's a girl, but the term is coined Hot Girl Summer, okay? We're gonna have a hottie people summer, okay? I even wrote down a whole list in my notebook just because I knew I wasn't going to remember everything in my head all at one time. Before getting into this list, I need to preface, it's June, summer's already kicking, activities are probably already starting. Do not be harsh on yourself. I'm gonna give you some realistic things to do this summer, the rest of your life, and whatnot to be the best version of yourself, okay? Just because it's coined Hot Girl Summer doesn't mean you have to be a girl or you have to feel like you're hot all the time. It's just the term that we're going with. You know, it's that clickbaity term, okay? So we're gonna get into it. When you feel like the best version of yourself, you're gonna have the most fun. And something in my brain is telling me that this is gonna be the best summer ever. I mean, there's a lot going on, but we're gonna make the best out of this summer, all right? I'm also filming this before going into the office for work, so we're gonna do a little bit of makeup together. You can see I already did my hair, have my makeup on. I'm gonna do a little bit of makeup just before going into the office. I'm actually getting my eyelashes filled today, so I don't wanna do too much makeup, but I wanna feel a little bit put together going to the office. So I already did my hair, I already put on an outfit, which I'll show you in a little bit. So essentially with this list, I have it tiered in 3 different ways. So the first tier that I'm gonna talk about is what to do on a monthly basis. So monthly, that first thing, since I'm already talking about beauty stuff, you gotta do your beauty maintenance, okay? Whether you do your nails, if you wanna do that once a month, if you wanna take care of your eyebrows once a month. It doesn't have to be once a month, but you could do it multiple times a month. That's just the category that it's in, okay? For me, I also get waxes. Like I get Brazilian waxes, but then I also use a wax strip on my armpits. So hopefully I get to that once a month, or sometimes if I'm just really lazy, I'll cave in and shave. Okay, and then the next category that I have within your monthly maintenance is physical. And I'm not talking about like physical activity for you, I'm talking about your physical space. So for me, it's honestly really hard for me to deep clean my apartment. It's not a thing that I love to do. I pretty much daily or weekly love to do like a 5 or 10 minute cleanup, but I know that's not preferred for everybody. But I try to prioritize once a month, like let me vacuum the carpet in my room, let me switch out my bed sheets, let me, you know, wipe down my dining table, let me wipe down my coffee table, things like that. So I honestly don't do it as much as I should, but prioritizing it at least once a month can really make all the difference. And also, however you organize it in your brain, in that one month time span, if like 1 week you want to do stuff like cleaning wise in your room, and then the other week you do your kitchen, or another week you do your living room, within that same month, your whole apartment is going to be clean. While writing this down, I realized I don't prioritize myself as much as I should. Within this last like 3 weeks, I've just had a lot of stuff come at me, like work-wise, health-wise. Like I've really been trying to, you know, hyper focus on certain areas instead of, you know, being more broad. So this list is also going to help me as well. And then the last part of the monthly tier is going to be working on your emotions. So, you know, whether it's journaling, or if you know, would rather not write things down, maybe having a voice memo and just talking things out and being with yourself in those thoughts, or, you know, maybe having some silence, going on a walk without any technology, kind of just being with your own thoughts, your own emotions. I can't really think of other ways to kind of acknowledge your emotions, but just taking some of that time to do that, like being with yourself, thinking about things, especially if you are going through a hard time. I just think it's so important just to be in tune with how you're feeling, even if, you know, you don't do it once a month, just however often you should do it, you know? But I'm saying once a month, of acknowledging your emotions in a big way. Hence why I'm saying a journal prompt, or, you know, having like a 10-minute voice memo with yourself. Any of those things like that. Next up, I have weekly things that you should be doing, okay? We're going back to talking about beauty. So your beauty maintenance, what is one thing that you can do once a week? So I know I said this in the monthly, but like maybe you like to oil your hair once a week, or maybe you like to exfoliate once a week. I can't talk either. Like I haven't done this in a hot minute. I will admit that. But like dry brushing your skin. Whatever you need to do for your skincare, or if you like doing a face mask. I personally don't do face masks just because I don't trust how my skin will react to that. So I like to, you know, gear towards exfoliating, or maybe doing a hair mask, or things like that. What is one thing that you can do once a week within that realm? Or maybe you do like to maintain your brows once a week. Whatever it is, do one thing monthly and then one thing weekly for you beauty wise. Next up is movement. So now we're going to talk about physical in the sense of our own bodies. Moving. Having one big movement session at least once or 3 times a week. So I'm talking like a long walk, a long stretch. If you like to weightlift, it's been a long time since I've done weightlifting. Pilates, I know Pilates and yoga are like super big right now, and especially with how nice it is, like you can, you know, pull up a YouTube video, you can go outside in the grass. I have a balcony that sometimes I like to do some stretching on. Whatever it is, 1 to 3 times a week of movement, like physical movement for your body. Because when you get some movement in, it's also gonna help your digestive system, okay? So, you know, things are gonna move, you're gonna feel a lot better when you do that. Now, we're going back to the emotional stuff, okay? Spend at least 1 day solo. I know for me, it's a lot easier to say that because I live by myself, but, you know, do your best to try to spend as much time as you can alone with yourself. Whether it's, you know, 2 hours, 3 hours, 1 hour, whatever you can do to spend time by yourself to really just like let yourself be in your thoughts, enjoy your own company, because it truly is the best thing that you can do for yourself. No matter what, at any age. I am very lucky to have the position in life that I do of being able to, you know, be 23 and afford living by myself. I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck, but still, I'm very lucky to be in a position to do this in my life and spend time alone and enjoying my own comfort. And I know a lot of people don't have the ability to do that, especially at my age in this economy. And so just do what you can to spend time by yourself, because it truly is important being okay with your own comfort. I'm like struggling to come up with examples, but hopefully you kind of understand the gist of what I'm saying with that. All right, we have now moved into the daily steps that you should do to have a hot girl summer, okay? And my daily list, honestly, is the longest one, all right? First off, morning routine. Get yourself ready for your day. During the active school year, sometimes this kicked my butt because we had to get Sometimes this kicked my butt because we had to get up really early for work at times. Like sometimes we had to leave for work at 6 a.m. That is really hard sometimes to get up early in order to have a morning routine. I fully understand and I fully empathize with people who have to get up super early for work. But I'm also a night owl, and so sometimes I plan things at night to set myself up for the next morning. You know, like in high school, I used to pick out the outfit I wanted to wear to school the next day, the night before going to bed, or, you know, kind of doing like overnight curls, or have a hairstyle in mind that you want to do, or other things like that. You can definitely pre-plan your morning. Also, for myself, I like to pack my lunch the night before for work, so I can just grab it and go and I don't have to worry about it. Next thing in the morning routine, take your vitamins, okay? For me, I am on lock with taking Zyrtec and doing Flonase in the morning. So whatever vitamins you need to do, and you don't have to take them in the morning. I'm just saying, theoretically, you could do that in the morning as part of your morning routine. As long as they're taken in the day, that's totally fine. I for a minute was in routine of taking Zyrtec and doing Flonase like with dinner, but like that means I'm taking it within a 24-hour cycle. So however you're taking it is however you're taking it. And then along with vitamins, we're gonna talk about food, okay? Like I said, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but 1 serving of fruit and 1 serving of vegetables every single day, at least every single day. So like yesterday I had some broccoli and I had some strawberries and blueberries, okay? There's 3 right there. It's gonna do so good for your body. It's good nutrients, it's good fiber, like, and what's more summer than having like strawberries and mangoes and watermelon? Like, now we're going into movement, okay? I know I said movement 1 to 3 times a week, but now I'm talking about movement every single day, okay? We're talking minimum 10 minutes a day. Super manageable. Hopefully you are able to make time for this, but I fully understand, again, if you aren't able to, but maybe shifting your mindset on it. You know, if you have kids and you go to the park, that totally qualifies as movement. If you only have time to, you know, go around and vacuum your house, if it takes 10 minutes to vacuum your house, you just walked around for 10 minutes. That totally counts as movement. We're almost through all the tips, okay? My next daily tip, self-care. 1 act of self-care for yourself every single day. Again, you could think as big or as little as you want. So for me, something super little, I was thinking like a head massage. Like, I have really been wanting to work on my hair growth. So doing a head massage, or if you do gua sha, or if you love to make homemade dinners, like that is definitely some form of self-care for yourself. If you love to read and you dedicate some reading to yourself, or for me, every once in a while, I do the oil pulling for my teeth. Like, you could literally have an array of different things, and you could also think about it in the sense of weekly, you know, each day of the week, you could plan a different beauty thing for yourself, and that counts as your 1 self-care thing for the day. If you've forgotten anything that I've said, I'm gonna write it down in my description box, okay? But the last thing that I have is that I love you, okay? Give yourself grace, give yourself the time, give yourself the patience. Take what you want from this video and these tips, and you don't have to take everything that I'm saying like so seriously. Take things with a grain of salt. You know, hopefully you can implement a couple of things from this, but you know, do what you can to feel like literally the best version of yourself for the summer, because when you feel good, you're gonna have so much fun. You're not gonna care as much. Take pictures, have the memories, just have so much fun. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm literally gonna make myself breakfast soon, so I don't want to put too much on my lips. Let me show you my outfit, and let me show you my health shots before we're done with this video. And for my hairstyle, I literally just did my favorite dirty hairstyle. It's just these 2 braids in the front, and I had my hair braided overnight, so they kind of look a little bit wavy. And then I have my famous Pandora heart necklace on. So I'm gonna show you my outfit. Oh, did you guys hear that? My hips just popped. All right, so I have this strapless, it's really a skirt, but I like to wear it as a dress. This strapless dress from Old Navy. It's from Old Navy, and I obviously can't wear a strapless dress to the office, so I just threw on this white t-shirt from Old Navy just to cover obviously the top half of my body and my shoulders. And then I just have these black Croc sandals that I just got recently, so I'm gonna throw that on when I leave for the office. So that is my outfit for the day and my morning routine. Get ready with me for the day. And then the star of the show. These are ginger lemon turmeric health shots that I made myself. I don't have a juicer or anything like that. I kind of just go old school and I use my Ninja blender, and then I just put it through some mesh. And so I blended together lemon, ginger with just some water, and then once I poured that out, then I threw in the splash of turmeric and black pepper because you need that to activate the turmeric. I heard a tip from someone on TikTok, Cassie, she's that chef, that she waits to put the turmeric in because it stains everything. And I was like, that's freaking genius. Let me put the turmeric in here so that when I pour it in, I can just shake it up. Ooh. Not much toothpaste, but a lot of lemon. Oh my gosh. All in all, hopefully in this video, you were able to take a couple of things that you can really internalize and work on this summer. I definitely need to work on a lot of these things this summer. Like, I've really been lacking in movement. Even that 10 minutes minimum of movement, I've really been lacking in. And we're gonna get back up to it, you know? I hope you do whatever it is to feel like the best version of yourself for this summer. We're gonna have so much fun this summer. I definitely want to vlog some fun things and share other exciting things that I'm doing in my life with you all, and vice versa, the same. I wanna hear from you guys. Comment what you're doing for fun. Follow me on all my socials and things like that. I definitely want to get connected with you and see what you're doing this summer. And with that, I gotta start work in 10 minutes. It's almost 8:30. And with that, I will see you next week. So I love you, and I will see you next Tuesday.